welcome. Today, I want to help you to activate a new level of abundance in your life. And when I say abundance, I mean the highest frequency of truth, of love, of peace, and bliss, of alignment, of living as the truth of who you are. And along with that comes the abundance of money, of possibility, of synchronicity, of support and connection, and things flowing in your life in a way that just don't happen when you're not in this abundance frequency, which I consider to be the energy of the new earth, which is also very ancient at the same time. It's this true vibration of what we really are. It's the vibration of the earth, of spirit, of life itself, of the very source of life. So tuning in to abundance within yourself, you begin to align to that abundance. You begin to realize that's what you actually are and always have been. And that the perceived or the experience of the lack, of all the other ways that you've been experiencing reality, have been what has been there. It's been what you have been experiencing in life. But there's something more. There's something more true, more aligned, and more abundant for you to be tapping into and to returning to, really. Back to alignment with your true self. This is the real abundance. And in this abundance is an inflow of energy, of bliss, of peace, of grace, of love. It's the divine energy that is what we are, is always flowing through us, to us, within us. It's what gives rise to all of life. But in the modern world, in the ways we've been taught, in the current energetic situation of our field, of our consciousness, how we're experiencing reality constricts the flow of that abundant source energy through us, which constricts our experience. It lowers the frequency of our consciousness, of our energetic field, of our flow, and thus our experience in reality. And most of us in this modern world are experiencing a very limited frequency of what's possible for ourselves and for our life. I know this well. I came through this. I'm in this. But I also know this abundance that I'm sharing with you here now. I know this vibration, this frequency of potential. And that's what I'm here to share with you. And to help you to tune into that. Not only right now, but in your life. To realize that you have, this is the power that you are. This is self-mastery. This is understanding your own consciousness, your energy, your field of awareness, your human, your divine, your energy, and how to be deliberate in how you are creating your frequency, creating your experience in the moment, your relationship with reality, and what you can receive, what can you give. You know, this feedback loop, being in this frequency of freedom, of abundance, is a very elevated frequency, this pure vibration of source energy, of love, peace, bliss, harmony. But it's also deeply embodied. Maybe it's the fullness of a full spectrum of frequency. You know, often in this, whatever, new age, talking about raising your vibration, It often feels like negating the dark, negating what's real. That's what a lot of people feel, and they think it's just a bunch of woo shit. You're just trying to be happy and raise your vibe. But what I'm saying is there's a way to tune in to this deeper truth within yourself, which is simultaneously a higher frequency and a fully embodied frequency, fully here, welcoming in everything. It's incorporating all the dark, the light. It's beyond any of that duality or polarity. And it's simultaneously something you choose to do, like as your human self and as your I am, your awareness, you choosing to tune back into the truth. And when you do that, it's in essence surrendering all that's false. You're surrendering all the egoic ideas and energetics and beliefs and patterns and stories. So it's a great release, great surrender. It's also welcoming them all in at the same time, like not resisting anything. So you welcome in everything that you are, all those stories, patterns, all the energetics, everything that you have within your field, you bring it back into the purity of this core energy, this core essence. And as you do that, tuning in to the truth within yourself, into this abundance vibration, you realize, it dawns within you, you remember what you really are. You remember that this is actually what you always have been, this truth, this abundance. It's no longer a concept. It's no longer something you're trying to do. It's the truth. And it's, in essence, effortless. It just is. And then life happens and things show up, and all the things of that limitation, the lack, all the things of the lack of abundance show up. But why do they show up? Because it's in your field. It's in your capacity of experience. It's in your fullness. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's, there's no shame in that. You can feel shame, so feel it. You can feel the grief, so feel it. You can be present with all of that, so do. You welcome it back into this core, back into your source. And we'll get into that. I'll guide you. I am just like sharing the wisdom about it now to help you see. And then there's a path. You can just go into it. And as you begin to, deeply involve into yourself and embody this is just what you are, you just rest in that pure awareness, welcoming everything in and the truth, the dark, the light, all of it. And in my discernment, there is, let's call it a technique, using the energy of our field. This is, to me, so empowering, is to realize your experience, your field of energy, your consciousness, your awareness is a tool. And it's been underused in your life. You haven't been shown how to properly tune your consciousness into the fullness of who you are. You've been taught to live in your limitation and your lack. That's what the modern world teaches. A very limited spectrum of reality. And so this abundance vibration is a very expanded reality, encompassing all things. It's not just, a one thing. It's all things. It's expanding into the fullness of who you are. So this technique you find in many different practices and teachings around the planet in different ways. But in its simplest form, you could say to stop seeing yourself as only a body that has thoughts, feelings, and actions, or will. But you're this awareness. and you have energy, you have movement, you have focus. And that I am, that comes through. And then thoughts happen, then feelings, then you feel desire and you take action. That's what you are. And by tuning into that, you expanding out of the thoughts realm, out of feeling, out of desire, and into your heart, into the core, because this energy is a vortex, it's a field of vortex energy. And you'll find this, right? Teachings about this vortex, this torus. And the practice begins in the heart. So you bring your awareness into your heart, focusing your mind, your awareness, your thought, your focus, and your feeling. And you feel what's alive in your heart, beginning to create heart coherence. Coherence is the doorway into abundance, because you start tuning into that true frequency of true self, true abundance. It's only found through coherence, when you begin to unify mind, heart, and body. And in this torus field, there's a movement, this upper energy of the mind, the divine masculine, solar energy, heart in the center, and this lower energy field, the lunar, divine feminine, the embodied energy. So you feel into all of those, feeling into your heart. You can feel down into your roots, feel down into the lunar center. Can you feel gratitude? Can you feel coherence? Can you bring that down and down into the earth? Your roots. You're expanding your field into your fullness. Can you feel it up through your body, up to the top of the head, and up above, connecting with the solar energy, the divine masculine, your crown, and expanding that energy, feeling in your heart gratitude, feeling love, coherence, and expanding that up and back into your heart, and feeling down through your body, down to the roots. And you can do this practice, and you can do it very slow, very, deliberately, or you can breathe into your heart and do a little breath practice. And with the breathing in, with your breath in, just feel your way up to the top of the head. And pause there. And then breathe out and feel your way all the way down through your body to your roots. And pause. And then breathe in again and feel your way all the way up to the top of your crown. And then feel all the way down to your roots. And just keep going with that at a pace that feels good to you and natural. You can speed it up. You can take it very slow. You can move your hands like this. It helps. You're moving this energy through your field, bringing this coherence to your entire experience. And you can let go of the breath and just move your awareness through your field, bringing this coherence and tuning into this core frequency of abundance within yourself. And then you can just surrender that. Just come into the heart. Just be present with what is right here and right now. Can you feel how you've expanded that energy, connecting the heavens and the earth through your heart, getting the energy of this field flowing in its fullness? And if you find other things arriving, in your body, other energies, or collapsing, closing, you welcome that. Can you open that up? And then keep breathing and breathing through your field and moving this energy, tuning into the truth of who you are. It's allowing yourself to surrender into that. So you're taking action and surrendering. It's really beautiful. Masculine and feminine all here together. And so you can take time to do this. You're doing it now. You can go find a beautiful place outside and practice this some more. And right now in this moment, tuning in, centering in the heart, feeling this expansion up and this expansion down, this fullness, this flow of energy within your field, and allowing an inspired idea to flow within you about your real purpose in life, about living this truth in your life, about being a vessel of this higher frequency energy. Whatever it is for you, what comes in when you're just tuning into this truth of who you are, into this abundance frequency. Because you've been doing all the work. You've been doing the things you need to do. You've been doing the work to clear yourself and heal. You've been doing the work to achieve new levels of possibility in your life. But there's still something holding you back. There's still something keeping you from allowing this true abundance to flow in your life. And if you allow yourself to just feel that, feel the grief of that, the sorrow of that, how hard it's been, all the struggle, you can just feel that. And welcome it back into this flow of energy. And bring your awareness and sweep it through your field and tell yourself, I love you, it's okay. You can feel all those things. I know how hard it's been. It's terrible at times. You've tried so hard and you're feeling so alone. There's so much grief in the world. And how do we be here? And then you come back to this resonance through this truth of who you are and what shows up inside of that. And just be present with that. And if there's some knowing in you of what to do next, then just take note of that. It could be just welcoming in, just knowing this frequency. This is the main practice. Keep returning to this. Find ways to practice this. Tuning your field every day, every moment if you can, or at least throughout the day. Find times to take a moment and breathe and do this practice that I just shared with you of centering and expanding your energy and moving this field, this flow of energy in coherence, in alignment. And then what shows up? Okay. Do this now. This is what I feel, that inspired energy, this movement. This is how you start to tune in to your true self, your higher self, and move in the world. Take action and do the things. It's coming from this inner impulse of truth and abundance, not from lack and need and story and all that other stuff. And as you do this and you live this, you enter into the world of abundance. You are that abundance, and life is this abundance. This frequency emanates through you as your life, and life responds in that abundant frequency, in the fullness of who you are. It's beautiful to be what you are. To remember the truth of who you are. To embody the fullness of who you are in all the aspects. All your glory, all your grief, all your struggle, and the very source that you are. All right here. This is the abundance frequency. All things welcome. Thank you for taking the time to tuning in. I truly believe and experience as each one of us on this planet learns to tune in to this true self, into this frequency of abundance, and living as that, we're creating a grid of higher resonant experience on the planet for all of humanity. So, thanks for tuning in. If you want to work with me one-on-one, reach out. You'll find ways to connect. And I have other offerings and things coming through soon, so look for those to help you to learn how to do this and live this more deliberately, to integrate all your patterns and programs and stories and energetics back into this frequency of your true self. So, wishing you so much love and many blessings. Oh, thank you.